Hi! In this step 3 video, I'll show you how to draft a complete shirt sleeve and sew it to your base pattern. Check it out. So I'm starting my sleeve pattern by drawing a rectangle with my sleeve length without the cuff and a total width, which I take from the widest part that is on the biceps line. I put 38 centimeters wide and 55 centimeters height. I need to mark my cap height by offsetting the internal line from the upper line. My height is 10 centimeters. I mark my center sleeve line, which is moved 1 centimeter to the front, just like our shoulder seam line in the step 1 video. So I mark 18.5 centimeters. I click on the center sleeve line and I offset 2 more lines in a distance from the center line both sides, so I have the bottom sleeve width. As I mentioned before, I add 1 centimeter more to the width for the back of the sleeve. So now I connect the points I created and I get the polygon shape, which is our sleeve base polygon. Now we need to get our sleeve some shape. I'm going to measure my back armhole seam line in my shirt because I have to get exact same measurement in my back sleeve cap line. I'm designing the cap shape using the Edit Curve Point tool and making 2 delicate curves so it looks like a half wave. And the same thing with the front part, but the front sleeve cap has the curves more pronounced. When I get the shape ready, I use the trace tool and trace the whole sleeve as pattern. So we have the base pattern of the sleeve. Okay, I get rid of the internal lines I don't need, and I want to create a sleeve opening placket and the pleat. So I mark a point in the back of the sleeve by splitting the bottom line. I offset a vertical line by clicking Add Perpendicular Internal Line and I mark 10 centimeters. And then I offset 2 more lines, 1 centimeter from this line each side. And I use the internal line tool and I draw the shape of my placket. Then we need a small pleat. So I draw again a vertical internal line of 9 centimeters and I offset 2 more with the 15 millimeters distance. Okay, I forgot to select Extend and add the point to the pattern while offsetting the lines, so now I quickly add the points to the bottom line as I'm gonna need them. I select the point in the bottom of the middle line and I edit the pattern, making an angle for my pleat. Now let's select the first line in the left and go to the property editor window. There you can find the fold parameter. We need our pleat to fold, so I put 360 degrees as fold angle. Then I click on the middle line and I put 0 on the fold angle size. And I put again 360 degrees angle for the third line. Okay, looks like we have most of it done. I'll delete the center sleeve line and I duplicate a symmetric pattern with sewing. So I have both sleeves and I can start arranging them in the 3D window on Avatar. And when it's done, I start sewing the front sleeve cap with the front armhole part, and then the back. Again, as I have the back splitted with yoke, I can't sew it together using the segment sewing tool. I could do it with other sewing tools, but I'm actually really comfortable with this one. So I will create a segment on the back sleeve cap line of the same length as my yoke on the armhole, so I can sew the segments together very quick, like this. Helping myself with the place on Avatar tool. Yes. Okay, looks nice. So looking at my pleats, I clearly see that I need to increase the fold strength, otherwise it doesn't fold. And the second thing, I marked the angles opposite, so I got the pleat opening towards the front, which is wrong. It's not the standard thing. So I'll change the angles very quickly and I get the perfect sleeve pleat. Okay, to fix the pleat, I'm going to use the free sewing tool. This time I'm going to start by clicking on the point on the right part of the pleat and move the sewing towards the center until the center pleat point. And then I go back to the right point and click and move the sewing in the opposite direction until I see dark blue point. Click and simulate. I repeat the same thing starting from the center pleat point and I get the second part sewn. Now I have whole pleat, which you can see in the 3D window. Looks good. Let's go back to the placket. So I select the trace tool and select all the outlines of my placket and press trace as pattern. In my sleeve pattern, I edit the placket part and I mark the slit inside the placket internal lines. Now I can sew the placket together with the sleeve. And I need to sew the segments of the placket with the internal lines on the sleeve, with the exception of the vertical left line, which will be my placket opening.